what you wrote about, I guess it was in the context of BDSM or maybe sadomasochism or maybe just the submissive dominant dynamic, like why that might be appealing, the disinhibition hypothesis. I guess this applies generally to sexual fantasies, is if you live them out, that you could just let go of all the bullshit that we put up in normal society. That you could just be all in, fully present to the pleasure of it.
Right. And that's what research has found on fetishes, especially on BDSM, is that the reason that people say they like it, I mean, it's hard to explain why you have a fantasy. But if you go into the finer questions and really dig deep, you can find that people will explain a version of, well, I can really let go. And I don't have to, if someone is telling me what to do, then I don't have to make any decisions. And I've spent all day making millions of decisions, and I don't have to in this context. And I really like that because it's freeing. And so that's that disinhibition hypothesis, is that the reason that we often go to things in the bedroom that in other contexts we don't like or even find repulsive. Like I don't in normal life potentially want to be told what to do. But maybe when you move into the bedroom, you go, yeah, but this is a different context. And I kind of want the reverse of what I want in my day-to-day life. And so I can also understand like furries and that sort of completely living as another species of it even it's a really interesting psychological phenomenon of release and of letting go of social pressure.
But I think that also applies to, because you mentioned submissive, that's more straightforward to understand. I think that also applies to dominant. Because like, yeah, you don't have to walk on eggshells. It's the clarity of it. That was really interesting. Like having read that from you, that really made me think that there is a deep truth to that, to like being true to whatever the sexual fantasy is. Like it's not just the fantasy itself that's appealing. It's the being free in some sense.
It's the being free, and the juxtaposition there is that you are free because of the fiction. Like you're play acting, but it's touching something deep inside you psychologically. And so that's where it sort of feels weird, but it also makes sense. I mean, this is also why we like fiction, because it allows you to maybe be somebody else, have someone else's thoughts in your mind for a while, and you really get to live it as that for a bit. So I think, yeah, the truth and fiction sort of circle is always an interesting one.